What is good, YouTube? It is your boy D Murray. This is D Murray Reacts, where we react to your favorite Reddit posts, videos, and news. We are at it again. We got another video for you guys today. Please remember to hit that like and subscribe. We really appreciate it. Also, you got to hit the bell notification. We're dropping videos 2 times a week. You're not going to miss it if you hit the bell notification. Today, we have an Am I the Asshole from Exploded Brief, which is funny because it is asking, or they are asking rather, are they an asshole for chipping dog poop into the neighbor's front yard? I like the neighbor situations because the dynamic is crazy because like y'all are mad close, and especially if you own the house, it's not like you just move in tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So these things could last years. You know, this could be like a legitimate issue. So we're going to see exactly how bad it actually is. They say, I bought my house about 3 months ago. Oh, so this is new. You just moved in and you already having beef over dog shit. So that's cool. When I moved in, I noticed there were a couple dozen lumps of dry dog dew, as they call it, on one side of my front yard. Before I mowed the first time, I went out and picked them up with a plastic bag over my hand because that's how you pick it up. The next day, I noticed a couple more fresh turds on my lawn, so I kept an eye out for the culprit. I like it. A little 007, checking out the window, just trying to see, maybe even stayed home from work. Who knows? Trying to figure out who's shitting in your yard. I like it. It didn't take long to realize that my next door neighbors have some type of bingy looking fluff ball of a pooch that they let out unattended a couple times a day. So the dog has already decided that he doesn't like you as a neighbor and he's going to come and shit in your yard on a regular basis. The dog would sniff around for a while, then run over into my yard and poop every single time. It's as if he were trained that way. I'm pretty sure he's not trained that way. Dogs just like to go in the place that they like to go in. He's sniffing around and then he's like, all right, I'm cool. I can go poop now. The daily poo accumulation rate seemed to be 2 or 3. This dude stayed home from work. I promise you, he stayed home from work. That's the only way you would know. I hardly knew my neighbors, so I was hesitant to approach them with this sort of issue right out the gate. I waited a couple weeks, but made sure to go out and pick up the poop while my neighbors were outside. That's a perfect time when they're outside, when you pick up the poop, to be like, yo, this is your dog shit in my yard. Look at me picking it up. Let's not do that. I think you can be polite. You ain't got to say it the way I said it, but you can say it in such a polite way that it's gotten across that that's not something that we want to do here. We don't want to be picking up poop out of our yard that's your dog's, right? So it could have been dead. It could have been dead at that time, but maybe it is. We'll see. We haven't gotten there yet. So one Saturday afternoon, I saw my neighbor out front while I was tending the garden. I said hello and started a simple conversation. After a few minutes, I mentioned the poop and said it would be appreciated if they could pick up after their dog, as you would do. My neighbor laughed and said that's not from his dog, that there's a stray dog in the neighborhood that does that everywhere. What to do? Oh, right then I'm like, look, bro, I stayed home from work last Monday. I told my boss I was sick, and I sat at that window all day, and I watched your dog poop in my yard. At least 2 to 3 times. We confirmed that. That's confirmed. So we're not going to do this. Don't let your dog do that in my yard again, right? I decided to train my video doorbell to the poop zone. Nice. I got a ring too. Maybe he might not have a ring, but I got a ring. So you can do that. So I like that. We're high tech right now. I told you, 007. I already knew who this person was. I knew who they were before they knew who they were. Within a week, I had a robust collection of video evidence incriminating my neighbor's dog. I'm no poop pathologist. Me neither. But I want to know how much that person gets paid. But it's also pretty clear to me that all the poo in my yard came from the same doggo's bunghole. This dude is giving me all types of different words to describe how the poop is coming out. It's amazing. Armed with mountains of evidence, which I'm sure are dog shit, I took the opportunity to approach my neighbor's wife when she was walking the dog. I didn't go into forensic details. I would have, but simply asked her if she wouldn't mind picking up after her dog in my yard. She also denied it, and the conversation ended awkwardly at best. I don't understand why people keep ending conversations awkwardly. It don't have to be awkward for me to just tell you this ain't gonna happen again. We're done now, right? We done. I put every piece of poop on your front door every single time, which I think is what's getting ready to happen here. I think that's getting ready to happen. I spent several more days noodling over what to do and decided to take matters into my own hands. You got the evidence. It doesn't even say that like you showed her the evidence though. Like you had it, you approached her, but it doesn't seem like you showed her. But either way, so I pulled a picking wedge out my golf bag and proceeded to chip dog scat from my front yard into the neighbor's front yard. I like this. No bag over the hand, and we get a little practice in. I never played golf, right? But I can only imagine with the amount of poop that's in your yard, you could get a couple swings in. You know what I'm saying? You get a couple swings, right? And it says I could also work a bit on my short game. Nice. This went on for some time. What went on? Like the slinging poop across the yard? It became a weekly ritual that I sort of enjoyed. Yeah, man, like seems like you're doing what you're doing. I did it without shame and in broad daylight. I like that. Everything was copacetic until Saturday. So I'm guessing Saturday they went down, right? I was out doing my thing when my neighbor's wife barged out of her front door screaming. She told me that I can't do that and called me every name in the book, including an asshole. I tried to keep my cool and told her I was simply returning what was theirs. Last thing I heard was that she was calling the police as she left. I continued and finished up my chipping session. I never heard from the police because who's calling the police over that? And I haven't seen my neighbors' faces and haven't seen another poop on my lawn because they know it's their dogs. I'll probably have a horrible relationship with my neighbors forever now, but my immediate problem is solved. And then they also updated lots of discussion about whether or not I showed the video. In my second encounter with the neighbor, which was my question, I told him I had video of it. She said something like, what? The conversation escalated to awkward and ended shortly after, so I did not show the video, but I did tell them I had it. Let me tell y'all something. If I have the wherewithal to go in my golf bag, which I don't have, but if I had one, and I went in my golf bag and I got whatever club is necessary for me to chip shit from my yard into their yard, however what that distance may be, I will also project on the side of my house your dog shitting in my yard, and I will play it nonstop as I am chipping it into your yard. As I'm doing it, I'll even have a block party. Don't nobody know me here. They don't know the type of vindictive person I am, but they have no idea that when they show up to the block party, guess what we're watching? I told them bring the kids because we're watching Frozen, but guess what we're watching? Guess what the trailer in the beginning is going to be? It's going to be your dog shitting in my yard. Because I am sorry, I am not having that. I can understand if dogs do it sometimes and it's an accident. And we have people on our street. They come, dog might shit in the yard, they pick it up. I'm cool with that. Sometimes they don't pick it up. I've even seen that. I'm okay as long as it's not a consistent thing. If it's not a consistent thing, it's not an issue. But the moment you my neighbor and I tell you about it and you know your dog is doing it and you letting your dog outside off a leash apparently, we already have an issue. And I know that that's the reason why the cops didn't get called. This dude's not an asshole. If anything, though, you should have been an asshole to that lady. You should have been a real asshole just so that they could see that you ain't playing. Because this is the kind of thing when it comes to situations like this, is that in the end, did they stop doing it? I guess. I don't see any updates saying that they're still doing it. So, sure, they stopped doing it, but I mean, they wouldn't have been friends with you anyway, right? Like that's essentially what it seems, is that if it would have went the way that I would have liked it to go, you still wouldn't have been my friend. So either way we look at it, we not cool. We probably ain't never gonna be cool. So because of that, this dude isn't an asshole. I think that that's perfectly fine. And look, if it ever starts back up again, we going right back to chipping. We going right back to the chip shot. I ain't never once claimed to be Tiger Woods, but I think that I can muster some golf shoes and a red Nike shirt in order to show y'all that I ain't playing. I'm just letting you know. I think that is a possibility that I can do that. So I like this one. This one's pretty good. I like the neighbor situations. The neighbor situations are always pretty cool. Continue to check us out. We're doing this 2 times a week. You got to hit the bell notification. That's how you know the videos are dropping. Like and subscribe. We appreciate it. Hit the comment section. Let us know how we're doing. Tell us if there's other things that you want to see. I'm going to start getting the videos going as soon as I get all of that straightened out, so that it looks good. And then we'll start going ahead and posting those and doing news and all that type of stuff. For now, we're just kind of doing these to get started. If you got anything else, please hit the comments and let us know. I am D Murray, and this is D Murray Reacts.